Dick. Hey guys, good morning. Kelly Walker Slaughter here. Do you want to shut the music
I'll
up?
get the music. And I'm Brett Carr. I'll be right back.
Yes, I'm
Pretend you didn't see me.
Shadow. Real quickly, as well, we're gearing up to this, let's do our weather this morning. And of course, our weather is always being brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford. And as you can see right there, guys, that currently in downtown McMinnville, today's high is going to be 43 and low tonight is 27. And then in the corner right there, which I apologize, I need to move that around so you guys can see it. Let me get it. There we go. So in that bottom right-hand corner, we talk about Wednesday weather. Now, there is all the newscasters are telling us that Tuesday night leading into Wednesday, snow is coming. 70% chance of snow to be exact on that. Again, tomorrow is going to be 33 high, low Wednesday night at 22. Thursday is going to be cloudy with 26-degree weather and 15 degrees below, or 15 degrees in the lows on Thursday night. Then on Friday, the sun is coming back with 38 degrees as the high and 14 degrees as the low. But again, thank you to our community weather sponsor, which has been brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford. If you guys have not got your car winterized or got your oil change or whatever the things that you may need, you know, even if it's like windshield wiper fluid, I mean, they do a little bit of everything. They even detail and clean out your car. Right now they do have that free delivery and pickup service where, to the end of this month. So again, utilize that.
Kelly, I'm in a situation where I have to drive my car all the way to Manchester to have it serviced. Man, I wish I would have.
I know. Again, the things we would have known if we did it, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But now you can do that. Yes. And we are back in the swing of things. I want to take this time to say I apologize about yesterday. It was a crazy morning. I didn't have my main man, Brian, here or Melody with me. When I should have just said President's Day because everybody else was closed. I should have just closed. I should have said, never worry about it. But you know me, I always try. But I did bring my power cord today, so we're good to go on that end. I didn't have to borrow Brian's. But there's so much on the show today. We need to talk about upcoming events, concerts, things that were happening over the weekend, you know, just to rehash what happened last week and this weekend. Also, too, if you have any upcoming dates that are important to you, it's important to us. Don't forget that, guys, because without you, this show cannot be what it is. And that's right. Truth. And there's only 3 of us that go around and try to do our best. And right now, with Melody, she's kind of in the same boat Brian is with the Warren Arts and the Mary Poppins, which we'll get into that later. And we have some exciting news to talk about that as well on the show today. But we're just going to get right into it and start off with a word from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to announce our winner for the Valentine's word search, which was very, very interesting. But with that said, here is a word from our sponsors.
To Our Coffee drive-thru, located at 601 Beersheba Highway, McMinnville, or give them a call at 474-1776. At Our Coffee, we pour love into every cup of coffee we serve. Welcome to Our Coffee drive-thru, located at 601 Beersheba Highway, McMinnville.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger for lunch or dinner. Get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
When you need help with your medical needs, who are you going to call? At Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you're not just a number, you're a part of our community. When you call Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you'll get a live person to help answer your medical questions. In a hurry? Try our convenient drive-thru. Not able to get out? We offer free delivery within the city limits. Stacy specializes in Mr. Stewart's over-the-counter and prescription cough syrups. Need to transfer your prescriptions? It's no trouble to transfer to Stacy's, where people care and wellness matters. Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy is located at 485 North Chancery Street, or give them a call at 474-0600.
I need to unplug the microphone. With that said, again, I hope everybody's going to enjoy this beautiful Tuesday. The sun's not out yet, but I have a feeling it will come out because we're outside, right?
That's right.
With that said, we had over, and I want to make sure I do this right because we're going to also do a screen share so you guys can see the number as it goes. We had 10 people compete in my Valentine's Day word search edition. Now, I did not say what words to find. I just said good luck and find all the words you can, but there's 5 words that you had to find, and a lot of people did find those. So I want to say thanks to Emily Jaco, the Cats Crochet, Deborah Joe, is that Deborah Joe Shinberry? Shinberry, Renee Willis, Heather Lippy. Shout out to Derek Coates. Unfortunately, you did not qualify. So if your number pops up, you only found 3, man. You got to find 5. Sorry, Derek. Shout out to Charles, Donna Turner, Jamie Jaco, and Betsy White, and Deborah I can't say. Thank you. Sorry, Debbie. I can't ever say certain. So with that said, we are going to do a quick little number randomizer this morning for you guys. And so we're going to go on a quick screen share with y'all. So you can kind of see now it's right there. Everybody see it? No, I got to minimize myself. There it is right there. Okay. So I am putting numbers 1 through, I got to do 9. I'll say 10. And then if it does pop up Derek's number, we have to do what we got to do. But let's generate. So let's see who's number 9. Number 9. Off the bat. Okay. Let's have a check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So congratulations to Betsy Reed White. You have won the gift certificate to the Vanilla Bean. It's a $20 gift certificate. Nice. So enjoy this. We're going to make sure, and then we'll message you later today to let you know where you can come meet us or we can meet you. But again, right off the bat, Betsy Reed White, you are the winner for the Vanilla Bean $20 gift certificate. But again, we have so many more prizes coming up on the show, especially with spring coming around the corner. We got a spring spectacular package that everybody's just going to die for. And then we also have some special, man stuff, like some madness of all things.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
coming up in March.
We've got, March Madness. We've got basketball going. It's in full effect right now.
It is.
This past weekend, we had 2 of the biggest teams in college, and it's amazing because both these teams historically have been football teams, but you had the University of Alabama and the University of Auburn both play each other. And there's the coaches poll and the AP poll. Both were ranked 1 and 2, vice versa in each poll.
Really?
And so they played, and shout out to Auburn who wound up winning that game, but it was a really tough game. And that's Bruce Pearl, the former coach of the University of Tennessee. So a lot of stuff going on in the world of basketball, and we're just getting started. So guys, get ready for our March Madness events that will be coming up here in the future.
It's going to be great. And we have so much going on, but I want to say some shout out and praises to our school athletics department.
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, a shout out to congratulations to Marley Harris, region champ and headed to state.
Yes.
I am just so proud of her. She was in the 152-pound division, or the weight class.
Now that is Coach Harris's daughter.
It is.
And they've worked so hard, but she has put in the work. And so we're so excited to see what happens in that state tournament. Starts this Friday, the 21st, at the Williamson County Ag Expo Center in the Franklin area. So.
That's right. And also the kids that are advancing as well. We got Jalen Clayton, Jacoby O'Donnell, Xavier Simmons, Zarek Keel, Burgess Galligan. All of these folks are moving to their state bound right now. And I cannot wait. And again, that is this weekend, right? Friday and Saturday. Who knows? We may pop up.
Oh, I'd love to be able to get to go. We've got a lot of stuff going on in Warren County, though, this weekend. Always something going on here, folks.
We always have something going on. And then also, too, I'm going in the order as I've saved this on my phone at this point. I know Brian was out of town this weekend. I don't know how bad the storms affected you guys, but as far as Warren County, again, I have looked into this. I've even messaged weather people that are weather experts on this. They said a tornado, as far as they even know, because they haven't, the I don't know what the group's called, but an organization does come through and assesses the situation if a tornado hit or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that has not happened yet. So I don't think that a tornado officially has landed because no one has heard of anybody coming and checking. But the winds were so strong, just like last year, if y'all guys remember, out on Morrison, the Morrison area, the Manchester Highway area, that all those light poles got bent over just as similar as the 3-Star Mall area. That's a bit, you can. So again, winds can be super strong. And somebody said that they swear that we had eyewitness reports tell us that they heard a tornado, like it sounded like a train coming down, like dead of silence coming. We heard the sirens did go off. Now, again, when the sirens go off for 2 reasons. One, either A, a tornado's hit, or A, they're making sure it works in case of a tornado hits. They've always done that in years past. I think they do the same thing now. I'll get with Justin and them to get clarification on that. But from what, from years past when we were doing this back in the day, they always, when there was a tornado warning, that they always shot off the sirens in case of, to make sure it worked.
Now, where I was in Jackson, Tennessee, the sirens went off, and there was a tornado that hit somewhere just north of Jackson.
Wow.
And right now, the big concern, as far as the state news goes, is the flooding in West Tennessee, up in Obion County, where the Obion River flows into the Mississippi. That is backed up all the way back to Union City. So folks who are familiar with, and I grew up in Martin. That's where my parents went to school. So a lot of people, and there's a lot of folks that I meet that went to UT Martin, so they have connections to that area, and they have people that are dealing with flooding right now.
Wow.
And so that's probably one of the biggest things that's still left over, that's still being reported on the national media right now about these storms. But our thoughts and prayers are out to those people and the folks that are in Kentucky that are dealing with similar flooding as well. So
yeah, you just got to be cautious and be wary. I mean, when it came, the wind was atrocious. We actually had the lights on. We just had one of our children, one of the 2 kids at our house, and we let them sleep. We had the baby, that's why in this week's newsletter, I put tips on how you need to prepare yourself when storms like that happen. Like what we did, we got the baby's mattress ready to go for in the bathroom, so we can go in there, lay down, and if we needed to, right? We even had the towels ready to go, because you just never know. You got to be prepared. And then, of course, a shout out to our thoughts and prayers go out to all the folks that lost. There was a lot of livestock stuff that was ruined. Like I heard a couple of people that had barns with hay bales in them that got swished away. We also were told that there was a area in our Warren County area where a chicken coop got completely demolished, and I don't know where the chickens went. I didn't see any. I don't know if anyone's made it or not. And then yep, we're back. So I knew that was going to happen, but it's okay. Make it work. But it's coming back on, so you may be okay. But with that said, our thoughts and prayers are with you guys out there. If there's anybody in any need, please, let us know. There's plenty of people in this community that has a helping hand for whatever you may need, especially with all those farmers that may have lost their hay with the fields and for their animals.
Yeah, that's so sad and so tragic. But that's one of the things that farmers and people don't really understand how much farmers have to do. Every storm, batten down the hatches, and even when you're doing that, still things happen. So our thoughts and prayers are out to those in the community that have lost livestock. Pets, and generally a lot of people have outdoor pets that they take care of, and we don't know all the damage it's done. But again, high winds like it happened over this weekend are just as dangerous as tornadoes when they come through to me. That's just me. But with that said, I want to say thanks to Ben Lomond Connect because we followed, if I shared everybody's, we followed 3 different Facebook pages. Ben Lomond Connect. We followed an Austin Hanna. He does the weather report out in the White County area. So I wanted to share that in case anybody in White County needed to see it. And then the one my go-to guy always is that he does all of the Upper Cumberland weather. Have you followed this guy?
This guy right here, Anthony Taylor.
Oh, Anthony Taylor. I'm going to put him on the.
Yeah, so he does the Upper Cumberland weather all the time, and I always follow him to see about reports about snow, things like that, before I look at our own local news weather source. Oh, that's something else. I was like, what are you looking at? Again, let's say we already talked about our 6 state qualifiers. Another big thing that is going on this weekend, talking about sports, is the Morrison-Ruatan Youth Co-ed softball leagues are wide open, guys. If you have a kid starting at the age of 2 years old, I want to stress this age because I think it's a smart time to get your kids involved in sports as early as you can. And if you want the kid to learn T-ball, like the basics, the fun part about it, Morrison offers a 2-year-old, 2 to 3-year-old training league, followed by the T-ball league is 4 to 5 years old. The junior coach pitch is 6 and 7. Coach pitch league is 8 to 9. Youth league is 10 through 12. Junior league for boys ages is 13 to 15. Girls ages is 13 to 16. Senior league, boys 16 to 21 and girls 17 to 21. Now, the next, and this is all on our Facebook page, and it's also in our newsletter this week, February the 22nd, which is this Saturday, is the next time to go sign up at the Morrison-Ruatan from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There's only 1, 2, 3 dates to sign up after that, and then they have the 4th one, of course, which is late signups, where you have to pay the extra fee after that, which is on March 15th. But you got February the 22nd, March the 1st, March the 4th, and March the 8th to sign up your kids. So if there is, you got a toddler out there at 2 that needs to get their sports on, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, so go ahead and let your friends and family, all your people know that this is going on. Because if you're like me, if you don't do it now, you'll forget about it and you'll find out and you'll be sitting on the sideline going, man, I wish my kid could have been part of this.
Exactly. And if you did not also see it, we got to give a shout out to Penny Shockley, as well as I have to give a shout out to the JV Pinerettes and the varsity Pinerettes. And again, we could not be even more proud. You know, I feel like a proud parent when I hear about our athletics thriving like it is right now. But the JV team, if I'm correct, they were coming home with the silver. Warren County Junior Varsity Pinerettes are 2nd in the nation in game day. And I think, how awesome is that?
That is awesome.
And then followed by that, which Miss Penny Shockley, she did post about how the weekend went as the teams were coming home with 3 semifinalist banners: varsity pom, jazz, hip hop, a national runner-up, a 7th place in JV pom, and a 14th place for varsity hip hop. Pom and jazz were 21st and 22nd. That is a pretty good trip and a successful weekend right there.
Winning, placing that high. And also, we've got our Warren County Middle School dance team to celebrate, because they actually won the national championship.
They did. Yes.
So to those ladies that are on that team, and I'm sorry, I had to clap because I was so excited. I just
get it out of the way. Ready? We're gonna clap. Yay! Get it out.
It's Warren County Middle School. Miss Christy Weeder and the coaches there at the Warren County Middle School, they won the national championship for the National Dance Association. I guess it's what that is, NDA, down at Orlando. So congratulations, ladies. Yeah. We're looking forward to seeing you guys and checking out and hearing about the experience of what it was like. But Kelly, that's future amazing. Looks bright in our dance and cheer, because
and wrestling and I'll say I think football's got a good chance. Basketball's been phenomenal.
Yes, and then we didn't even talk about what the Pioneer Cadets did this past weekend. So there's a lot going on. They did really well in their events with color guard and whatnot. And I'm going to have to pull up my my app to make sure that I've got everybody.
I was going to say I'm getting in on the Facebook end with the deets the deets.
But no, congratulations, Warren County high school wrestling, and then we got basketball coming up with the basketball tournaments, state tournaments coming up, and so we won the district in basketball. We also or for boys basketball. Our girls are in a really tough district, but they're doing really well, and they're kind of rebuilding as they go because, if I recall right, this is the coach's first year at the helm for the women's program.
Yep.
But Coach Fish has been there for a few years with the guys program, and they're just building and building and growing and growing. So we're so excited to see what's going to happen next with this program.
Exactly. And a shout out to Mary Laxton makes me want to cheer again, but it wouldn't be cute. I do love watching them, and congratulations to them all. Yes, 100%. Yeah. Girl, you can still dance. That's Juicy's Miss Mary Laxton right there. Don't count yourself so short. But talking about the Pioneer Drill Team, they had a great day at the Hazel Green JROTC Trojan Drill Challenge. Hard training and perseverance led to a first place win in the Armed Color Guard Division. Sorry, guys, that's my fault. I'll just do this right quick. Bing. Let's see, Color Guard led by senior Alex Niadoba.
That's who we interviewed.
Yes.
Yes.
So congratulations to them. And a second place victory in the Armed Platoon Division led by senior Lily Seymour. Also, we interviewed her. I'm so proud to be able to coach amazing kids. Pioneers lead the way. And again, if you have not seen the post on that, and also I want to say a shout out, because on Friday night at the basketball game, they did a senior recognition for the JRTC kids. Right. And again, I'm just telling you the camaraderie that all these teams have for each other. We talked about this at wrestling where we were so proud, like just coming off the border battle game. And then they were at the wrestling match the next day. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, and Coach Fish was like, I told the boys they came for us. We got to go for them. And I think that's what it's all about.
Well, look, that's that synergy that we talk about where programs help support other programs. Yes. The beautiful thing is we have different seasons, so we can go from one thing to the next. And in those seasons, we can support our teammates. Yes. They may not be on the same team in a different sport, but they're still Warren County High School. They're still Pioneers. So it's great to see these other teams supporting each other. I tell you, it reminds me of the national championship this year, where the University of Ohio, they had a spiritual awakening on campus at the University of Ohio, and they started playing for God and playing for each other. And when they did that, they won the national championship.
Go figure, right?
Yeah. So it's great to see. And I know a lot of these young people are serious about their faith and then serious about each other. So guys, we've got a lot of good things to look forward to. These kids were probably going to move off. These young people are going to go off and be great adults someplace else, but we hope to bring some of them back here and because they're going to be the leaders of our future.
And good morning to Miss Deanna. She's watching us this morning. So just finishing up with basketball as we're wrapping it up, because Warren County High School posted this a couple of days ago, but we shared it as well when it happened. But the congratulations to Coach Fish for being Coach of the Year with the TSSAA District 9-4A.
Yes.
The MVP was Devin Fish, of course. I mean, he earned. I know everybody's like, well, that's his son. I'm telling you guys, if you have not watched these kids play, and I include Devin in this, he earns his keep. He earns it. All district goes to Keaton Reno. Gosh, the poise that, and I say this, the poise that Reno had when that Coffee County player smacked his face and just lightly you're not going to touch me again kind of thing. That's what it looked like. And the kid touched him again. But I'm telling you, the Reno guy's amazing. Shout out to our girls, all district, Trinity Reynolds. Right. She won on that. Most improved goes to Deshaun Adams. Shout out to him. And the newcomer of the year goes to Corbin Felton.
All right.
So again, I love when we see this, because you guys, as well as I know, we talk about kids not being able to use their craft moving on to, college or the NBA or whatever the case may be. Like, this is how you get into it. Being recognized with the TSSAA, going to tournaments, doing these things, doing these programs. And our kids are getting recognized. If you don't see that now and you're living under a rock, wrestling, basketball, JROTC, I'm telling you, the dance, people are getting recognized.
Get ready, Coach Ballou. it's going to happen for you as well.
Exactly. With that said, we are going to take a quick break from a word from our sponsors and keep it here at Warren First 931.
To have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday and Saturday. We are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford, truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Guys, welcome back to Warren First 931. As we want to say thanks again to Reddick Brown Ford for being our sponsors. And currently in downtown McMinnville, as I'm pulling up the weather one more time for you guys, it is 35 degrees. It feels like 28 degrees outside, but today's high is going to be 43 and the low tonight is going to be 26 degrees. Now, we are under a winter weather advisory, okay? So it's these conditions are expected by 9 p.m. tonight and going right into, and I'm just going to click on this and read it as it says for you guys, but it's going to see portions of that. Wind from 9 p.m. this evening to noon Wednesday morning. So again, if you're not a part of our text club here at Warren First 931, you definitely need a part of it. Text the keyword at Warren 931, all one word, and then the numerals all together to 81010. So you can get a school closures because we do keep a close, tight. We're pretty close with the Warren County school systems with Sarah and Dr. Grant Swallows. And as soon as we find out, we'll let you guys know as well through that text club service. So again, any school closures, delays, because of we're under this winter weather advisory. I don't know if we're going to get much. I will tell you that from following my man on Upper Cumberland to now, it is saying that we are going to be having a 65 to 70% chance of snow, which normally when we see that does happen. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, they are expecting, and this is from the Upper Cumberland, and I'm going to click on this so I can zoom in to make sure I tell y'all exactly correct. Where we at? Where's my beautiful? There's Sparta. Oh, hold on. I got to zoom in. So it's saying that we will be getting anything in my.
Well, it looks like we're 1 to 2 inches there towards the bottom right.
I'm trying to find my beautiful little snow, my like weird little leaf outline. So the Upper Cumberland guys reporting 1 to 3 inches of snow. Now, if you look on when we report our newsletter, in the newsletter, it's saying 2 to 4 inches from News Channel 2 in our area. So again, that's a rough average of things going on. So make sure that you look at it and you see it and just be prepared. Don't go to Walmart and go crazy and get like milk, bread, and toilet paper and stuff. Like, just get your bare necessities, okay? This is not going to last long. I think it's going to be it's not a winter storm, blizzard, where everybody said they missed that. I don't know if you were here back in the mid 90s to early 2000s I want to say it was in 98. If my mom was watching right now, she would correct me right now because we lived in Oak Brook at that time. But if anybody can recall that time back in the 90s where that huge blizzard came through and it went like you couldn't even open up your car door or your house door because that's how high it was, because snow would have came in.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom opened up the screened-in door and it was packed in. It was the neatest thing. It was the only time we could have like a legit true blue igloo to me ever. And that was like it was 96, 97 or 98. The power went out for almost 2 weeks because the electric companies couldn't get to anything because it was so high.
Well, in the spring of 94, we had a bad ice storm that hit the state, and we were out of school for several weeks. I grew up in Memphis, and we wound up being out of school for the entire week. But it was this time of year because our wrestling team was wrestling for the duels championship. And that's one of the ways I remember it. So, with this weather coming in, if multiple sources are saying we're going to have snow, it's a good chance we're going to have snow.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of you parents that will possibly be keeping your kids at home, you got to remember, hey, we've got TCAPs coming up in a few weeks. So Warren County Schools has been very good to let the children know, let the parents know if they're going to stay and have a virtual day. And that's what they had this past Friday.
Right.
They had a virtual day. And it's good to know that some of our sickness has gone down. And shout out to Warren County Schools for making that decision. Yeah. I know we had a lot of rain, and I know that there was a lot of stuff going on with the weather, but more importantly, people getting sick. They're going to infect other children, and that's going to infect other families. So thank you, Dr. Swallows. And I would love to find out exactly how they go through that process of determining.
Make decisions.
But I know that there's been other school systems, Coffee County, Lebanon schools,
Grundy,
several of them that were out because of sickness. So,
And I want to say to all the parents that are watching, just like me, and shout out to Miss Retha Muncie. We had a blizzard in 83, over 12 inches in the area back in the day. Good Lord. Wow. But I got to see her this weekend at the detention. Oh, hey, girl. Cool. Hey. But with that said, talking about the what if scenario, all the school systems, including and I include the Warren County school system, all our schools here, teachers have a what if this happens. Just because if they send a folder home maybe today in case of, doesn't mean schools are going to close. This is just an in case of. And I'd rather be prepared than not prepared at the end of the day. And I know, like, as a parent myself, when I see the what if folder, I'm like, I'm starting to itch like I got an addiction. Like, I need a hit, Ryan. Tell me straight, man. It's happening. I get that 100%. But, we need to just let the teachers do what the teachers do best. Because right now we're in a good spot in our school systems right now. And I'm just so proud of everything that's going on academically and athletically right now. And we just need to let them to do what they do best, what they get paid for.
And they'll tell you, encourage them to read, encourage them to work on mathematics. But our school system pays for some fine programs like iExcel and iReady. And if you're not familiar with those programs, you should be. Number one, you should be. So if you don't know, if your child doesn't know about them, ask your child and ask your child's teacher, what can we do, especially on days that we're out, that we can do to supplement, because the teachers can only do so much, but it's our responsibility as parents. You hear me, parents? It's our responsibility. We can't be blaming things on teachers or principals or school systems or anything. It's ultimately our responsibility to make sure that our children know what's expected out of them. And there's a great resource called iExcel that you can look up this Tennessee State standards for any grade and find out exactly what your child will be tested on and what they need to know.
I know, it's just great because with private schools, I know as far as Covenant goes, we do Class Dojo and Excel.
Okay, Class Dojo's another one.
Yeah, and then I will tell parents out there with new kids, like in the toddler age, ABC Mouse is a phenomenal little kids program to get them started. We started Walker with that. We started Randy with that. And just to get them going before they got into a pre-K or school setting where they offered those programs. There's so many different ways. And I know everybody's like, I'm sick and tired of my kid being in the phone like this. Well, let me tell you, there's pros and cons to this, right? But if my kid is on this and they are doing their like they think it's that they think they're playing a game at the age of 2, and they're actually doing a learning lesson. I mean, if you implement that early on, it's gonna create leaps and bounds for your child in the long run. So please take advice from parents that know it's hard. Like, it's getting harder each and every year, but there's programs out there to help get it all worked out. Oh, oops, excuse me. I was like, am I hearing Mr. Warford? I hit my button. I want to say a shout out to another one of our sponsors, our Community TV TN folks. That's Jonathan Womack and them. They go around just like we do, and we do videos and we do interviews. And of course, it is Black History Month. And he just posted a couple days ago, a day ago, actually, the part 2 of the Black History Museum in Warren County with Wayne Wolford and them. And if you have not seen the video, if you haven't even been at the Black History Museum, please make it a point to go educate yourself. I always say, we need to not just educate ourselves, educate our kids. I know we're talking a lot about school today, and I don't want to school you because I hate schooling myself sometimes. Trust me. But it is very important that the kids know what the history was like here in Warren County. Because if they don't know, and I'll say it, this is because, like Mr. Wolford said, if you don't educate your kids and all they see is one color, how are they ever going to live in the real world? They're going to get shell shocked with all that flavor, as Mr. Wolford would say. But it's just been a crazy. It's just been, So please go. With that said, coming up, let's talk a little bit about now Mary Poppins.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
So I will say this. We do have some plans today at 4:00 to do a pop-in podcast at the Park Theater. Thanks to Warren Arts and all of the Mary Poppins cast that's allowing us to go in there. But you've been a huge part of it.
Well, I wouldn't say a huge part of it.
You're the lights and the microphone man.
No, I just work the sound. Now, these children have been working for a couple months now on the show. And so I get to be the guy who sits behind the soundboard and hits the button. I push the button to make the sound go.
You're the button pusher.
I'm the button pusher. But no, seriously, it's been so good to watch these children evolve from when they first started learning this to where they're at now. And a lot of these kids I have personal relationships with through other shows, through their families. And it's so great to watch them grow. So I'm excited about Mary Poppins. And if you have a child that wants to be involved in something like that, you need to come to this show and let your child see what they can do, because we've got another big show coming up.
That's right.
With The Lion King, and auditions are coming soon. So we want to make sure that we invite everyone out to be part of this, because The Lion King, it's one of the longest running Broadway shows right now. And
is it?
Oh yeah, I'm dying to see the Lion King on Broadway. My wife saw it a long time ago.
Was it good?
Oh, it's great. And one of the neat things about the Lion King, the Broadway show, is they use a lot of puppeteering stuff in it. So really fun show, but it's going to be great. And if anybody has ever watched the movie or seen the reboot of the live action here lately, there's a lot of character in the actual show. So getting your child involved and being part of it would be a great thing to do for them to experience.
Right.
Being a part of a team. Here we've been talking about sports. Well, this is another team that, unlike a sport and the physical nature of it, there is a lot of physicality into acting and singing and dancing, but your child gets to take direction from a director. That's a coach, a coach mentor type relationship that they get to experience. They get to work with other members of the cast or crew. Teammates. So it's some of the same.
It's a good mix of everything.
Well, the same principles that everyone needs to learn, especially to become a functioning adult, is learning how to take direction from a authority figure, being able to help increase the skill set of your coworkers. And then it's just the fact of getting out on stage and doing something that you may have never done before: public speaking, dancing, singing, all those things make you a well-rounded person if you can accomplish these things. So we've got 2 organizations here in town, Park Theater Group and Warren Arts, that help support children in doing programs like this. So, and with Park Theater Group, I don't know exactly. We'll get you the dates, but they're going to show with High School Musical.
Oh, that's right.
And how I wish I was in that cast.
I think I would, like, if I could do one, it would be either The Lion King or High School Musical. I would really like to, like, bail it out. Like, just do one show. Like, give me one show. But I will say this. If anybody's interested in doing, like, the Sanderson sisters, like, I would love to be Sarah. Just going to throw that out there now.
Kenneth Dixon.
Kenneth Dixon. Hello.
She is a Halloween head on top of a big Sanderson sister.
Is she?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Shout out to Kenneth. If you need a costume, I have all three of them with the cloaks and the brooms and the wigs.
Well, I know, if I recall right, she plays Winifred most every year.
Oh yeah.
So she's all about it. So maybe we can make that happen. But even if we don't, I know this is Halloween. Oh, wouldn't it be cool just to have a show where you guys could sing and perform?
Oh, I would love it.
Maybe a Halloween show.
I don't know.
I'm going to write this one
down.
Write
it down. Halloween show. Yes. Any other dates that as far as the arts?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the big releases here is Warren Arts has released the fact that they're going to be doing Mamma Mia. And so if you're an ABBA fan, if you've seen the show, if you look, I already know that they've got people that are chomping at the bit to get to this one. So yes, that's big. Wow. And that'll be coming up this summer. And so you've heard it here first on Warren First. Mamma Mia, Lion King, High School Musical,
Mary Poppins. All the classics rolled up into one. Why would you not do these? Okay. Or at least go see them. And if you are a school out there that can do some last minute school sponsorships, tag on those.
Well, a lot of parents already know about this, but Thursday here at the Park Theater, they're going to have school shows. So I don't know what schools are coming or what grades, but they'll be doing that Thursday morning. So if you're a homeschool group that has Thursday off and would like to come over and watch the show, get in contact with the Park Theater. They'll make sure that you get tickets. They're relatively cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be a great chance for your homeschool group or people in your co-op or whatever to come on over and check it out.
And speaking of homeschool, I hear that a new one is starting to sprout up here. It's called Orchard Grove. If y'all are ever interested in it, I hear that 3 very important teachers in the young department at the Morrison Elementary area is starting a homeschool program called Orchard Grove. Okay. Just saying, and I think they're going to try to start it this time next year. Next year for school season.
I heard that there were some teachers out of Morrison that were planning on doing this. I didn't know anything about it. So
yes, I got the little packet. They sent it to me as well. I was very interested. I was like, okay. But with that said, real quickly, just to go over a couple of things that's going to be in our newsletter this week before we go to our last break for the day. I want to remind everybody, because I did have Stephen Hilton on yesterday. He told me about this. And thank you again for Stephen for inviting us and letting us know about this big event. Thursday at the Warren County Auditorium, they are going to be doing a dedication ceremony and naming the Ag Wing in honor of Mr. Russell Watson. Now, if anybody does not know who Mr. Watson is, and that's how I know him, and that's how I always will know him. I never had ag, but he was the very first ag teacher at the Warren County High School and the only one for a little bit. And he taught over 300 students in his first run.
Wow.
Yes, and it's ever so growing. He taught 44 years at the Warren County High School. And so that's why in our newsletter this week he is our front page. And I made sure to not put that date once, but twice. So it's going to be at the Warren County Auditorium, High School Auditorium at 4. Let me double check on the time. I thought it was the other one. Oopsies. Let me double check. I don't want to say the wrong time and then I get in trouble. 4:30. I was right in my newsletter. I just want to make sure I changed it. So February the 20th, mark your calendars at the Warren County High School Auditorium. They're doing a dedication ceremony for Russell Watson, and they're going to name the Ag Wing in honor of him.
Oh.
And I'm telling you guys, if you do not know who Mr. Watson is, then you are living under a rock, because he knew everybody. And, Stephen had a great story yesterday telling us about how Mr. Watson you know, he was the first teacher that told him he could go to college.
Oh,
and Stephen was a junior in high school. I'm junior in high school. So I know that the teachers are better now. We're getting a lot more good feedback, you know, as the years progress. But, you know, back 20, 22 years ago, you know, we had great teachers, but I get, you know, we just didn't get a lot of words of encouragement that I feel like the kids are now, which is great. But I want everybody to know that I never had ag, but I always saw him. And when he talked to you, he talked with you or at you. He didn't look through you. Like he didn't see you as just another student in the hallway. And a funny story, I just remembered when I got off the show yesterday when it randomly shut down so quickly. I was working for Families in Crisis, and I had my cell phone in the hallway, and you weren't supposed to have your phones out. Mr. Watson is yelling at me, "Student, hey you, young lady, you're not supposed to have your phones in the hallway." And I turn around and I go like this because I have the badge on, and I said, "You have made my day," and made me feel like I still was a student. And he started laughing and cracking up when he knew who it was. And he was like, "Miss Walker, get on with it. You know, like get on." And I'm telling you what, guys, he always made people like when there's movers and shakers and the sparks in people's lives, he was one of them again. And so again, the way the FFA standards, if you missed a little bit of the show from yesterday, please watch what a little bit that we did get. But Stephen had an amazing interview talking about how Mr. Watson is really the person that set the standards for FFA and how to look. Because when you put that jacket on, you had to walk in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And again, that is instilling. And it's like Stephen said, he wasn't just teaching us something. He was raising adults, like teaching adults. This is how you're supposed to be an adult. And that's what it's all about.
They take pride in that program. And
they do.
I know that going back here on the Facebook page and looking at the Warren County FFA with it National FFA Week.
It is.
Tuesday the 18th, down on the farm day. All tractors must be at school by 7:30. That's this morning. Yeah. So, guys, if you're out there, send us some pictures of your tractors. We want to see this. But think about it. We've got a school that's got such a strong FFA program. We've got young people driving tractors to school. Yes. Now, I never had that in my school. But another thing to Mr. Watson's credit is that I know several folks from the Warren County area that wound up going to UT Martin, which has got a great ag program. We talked about it earlier, and that was the connection about going to UT Martin, especially from here, because they had a great rodeo program, but they have a great agricultural program. And in saying that, it's got one of the toughest science resumes. Yes. So in order to learn this farming, and there's a lot of science that you need to know. So shout out to all those people. Shout out to the people who are continuing the FFA. And we'd love to get you guys on at some point in time and learn more about what you're doing here in the community.
Exactly. And then one more thing before we cut to break one more time. I want to say over the weekend on Saturday, I want to shout out to our SRO officers.
Oh, yeah.
Because on Saturday, it was School Resource Officer Day. And between, I can't name all. I was trying to go to all the schools and try to figure out who. But at the end of the day, thank you for doing what you do for these kids.
Yes.
Making them feel safe.
Yes.
Talking with these kids. Being a part of their, you know, their family from another mother or another, you know, as I say, another mother.
Well, I'll tell you something that I think is really amazing is that one of our school board members is actually the head of the SRO program here at the Warren County School System. He works for the Warren County Sheriff's Department, but it's a relational type program where they provide police services and police enforcement at the school. So thank you, Jarvis Johnson, and all your men and women that work for you. And I can name several of them that I've
shout out to Bobby Pennington. I love you. You and Jarvis were my SOR officers. Shout out.
Oh, look, from Brad Hennessy over at the Bobby Ray, Miss Becky over at West.
I know. There's so many.
There are so many of them, and they play such a pivotal role in so many kids' lives, because a lot of times, you know, here they are, they're wearing the uniform. They represent all that's good in Warren County. And sometimes that's what kids need to see. That sometimes having that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
because all the kids at these schools know who these people are.
Yes.
So thank you guys for what you do and the impact that you make on our community.
Exactly. So with that, we are going to take one more break for the day, but keep it here because we got more stuff to go on and to talk more about events going on, of course, being brought to you by Reddick Brown Fort. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has been serving the people of this region for 53 years, and we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville in Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you will ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
February is the month of delicious deals at Sonic Drive-In in McMinnville. Get ready to treat yourselves. Starting February the 24th, cool down with their delicious, refreshing strawberry mangonada slush. Perfect for those sunny days. And don't miss out on February the 26th, where you can grab small popcorn chicken for just $1.49. Snack time never tasted so good. Start your day right with our special drink offer until 10 a.m. Make Sonic your rise and shine morning destination. So many flavors to choose from. And remember, we've got the best sun drop in town. Dive into these amazing deals this February at Sonic Drive-In.
This is David Moore with Supreme Building Products. We've been your one-stop shopping center for lumber and building supplies since 1963. We're a family-owned business and operated and proudly served Warren counties for over 50 years. At Supreme, it's not just about great prices, but it's about exceptional service. Our customers are what's always supreme. From lumber to roofing to plumbing and paint, we have everything you need to build your dream home from the ground up. Whether you're a contractor or homeowner or a weekend warrior, our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you at our state-of-the-art drive-through lumberyard. Visit us, please, at the corner of Highway 70 and North Spring Street. There's something for everyone at Supreme Building Products, where quality and customers come first, and the coffee's always free. And always be sure to shop local. Call us, please, at 473-9564.
All right. Welcome back, Warren First 931ers. I am your host, Kelly Walker Slaughter.
And I'm Brian Carr.
And let's see. Oh, Retha is letting us know that Bobby is in Cannon County now. Aw. Well, I mean,
our loss for sure.
100%. And she also said, apologies, it wasn't back in 83. It was 93 when it hit, and we got 8 inches instead of 9.
Yeah.
But still, it was huge. It was a lot of snow. You just never seen that back in the day. And speaking of the snow weather, in our newsletter this week, we talked about severe storms can cause causing damage in Warren County. Just a couple of helpful tips, which I put in our newsletter. It says, and this is like when extreme, like high winds, because that's what I wanted, because knock on wood, we have had tornadoes hit in Warren County, but 9 times out of 10, it's a rarity that happens, and we get a lot of wind damage. So with that said, 1 being secure outdoor items to prevent them from becoming projectiles. 2, reinforcing structures to withstand high winds. 3, stay updated with local weather forecast. This goes back just like with politics. Don't just listen to one news station. Listen to a bunch, because you need to know. Everybody's got a different story to tell. And then on 4, have an emergency plan in place. We do. We had, we had the bed ready. We already had the towels in the tub. I can't even talk today. I felt like LB, folks, whatever that guy named Porky
Pig.
Yep. But we have a game plan, and we had like the first aid kit in there. We had everything that we might have needed in case of. You never know. Mm-hmm. And I always keep that in the bathroom in general, because our bathroom is in the central vicinity of our house. So in case somebody's choking or needs something really quick, I can just rush into the bathroom and get it. And if you do not have this cool like plunger choking hazard thing, I have it in my car. We have one at home, one in my car. My mom saw it. It's called a life hack. And I was like, Mom, why did you get this? But seriously, this needs to be at schools, daycares, In fact, I gave my extra one to my child's daycare class in case of, because they're 2 years old. You just never know. But if you ever have a choking happen and you can't, like, for example, if it's me, my kids know how to use that on me. Mm-hmm. If I go out, we've practiced. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it on me, Kelly, as far as like doing the Heimlich. But
that thing works.
Yes,
it does. I love that thing. And of course, if you missed the big Valentine's Day night at the Park Theater, it was really an evening of nostalgic and harmony. Shout out to Ken and Drew of Sister Hazel. They did a phenomenal job doing an acoustic set, playing their hits, everything from, I see. Oh,
hard to say what
yes.
I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's all for you. It's all for you.
It's in my head now.
I know. And then I want to say John Salloway did not disappoint as the opening act. He even showcased how his instruments and everything works. And as he's playing, because we interviewed him here on the show, I was like, oh my God, no wonder he got invited to, Bob Marley's recording studio and stuff like that, and met Ziggy and all them folks. And I mean, he just sat there and played a whole thing. It's the one-man band way. Mm-hmm. And it was phenomenal. It wasn't just an acoustic set. He was like, guys, I'm going to tell you how this machine works. Just watch me, bear with me for a little bit. And acting so cool and composed and down to earth. It was amazing. Like, I could have listened to John Salloway for another hour. I really could have. But of course, the big act of the night was Ken and Drew from Sister Hazel, and they were phenomenal too as well. But if you missed the Saturday night show with Abbey Road,
forever,
and
Abbey
it's like
Road.
You said, you just had to close your eyes, and it's like, oh, are we listening? These are the Beatles.
Well, I didn't know this, but apparently the guy who was playing bass, he learned how to play left-handed just so he can play like Paul McCartney.
Yeah, no way. Goodness. That's crazy. And then, of course, got to give a shout out to Madeline Stubblefield. She is our sports analyst. And again, we're going to also talk a little bit about Pioneer Playbook too, before I forget to mention that as well. But our sideline stories this week is about being district ready with our boys and girls basketball. And then we got all the pictures to show you, if you didn't catch it on Facebook, it is now on our newsletter. And then a shout out to the National Bound for the Warren County High School and Warren County Middle School dance teams as they're going as well. And then, of course, gearing up, mark your calendar for February the 22nd. We are going to be live at Mudbums with the Pioneer Playbook. The show will begin at 1:30, so come grab a bite to eat and hear all about all things Warren County athletics. This show will look into highlights the upcoming spring sports session as they prepare and look to remark on an exciting, successful season. Remember, Warren County, this is your show, so give us all the feedback, comments, and remarks so we can make this show yours. And like here at Warren First, that's Pioneer Playbook's all about you guys as well. We want the community to hear and learn about Warren County athletics that you are interested in. Let us know what you want to see. So if there is ever a time you guys want, if we've missed something, let us know. We always try to say we check ourselves on a daily basis. It feels like every 5 minutes. And again, we are not perfect by any means, but we try to be everywhere and anywhere we can when we can. And so if there is a sport, if there is a student, if there is an athlete, if there is somebody in the arts department, our FFA, let us know what you want to hear.
If there's a student in academics, if they're listen,
yes,
one of the things that we didn't necessarily cover, it was back last year, but one of the things that I'm really, really proud of is we've got some twins, the Moore twins, and Tage Moore wound up placing in the top 5
Wow.
of the Tennessee State Beta Club convention.
That's awesome.
Back in November of this past year. But look, these young people, to my understanding, and I hope I haven't missed it, they're going to be taking their ACTs here pretty soon. So if you got a child that you know that scored high or has gotten some type of, yes, let us know, because we want to talk about these. We're just trying to pick up every rock and look underneath and see.
Like, did we miss something?
Open every clam and find the pearls, because there are a ton of pearls here. Speaking of which, before we forget, the TC Bryant Band's coming February 28th.
A week from this Friday.
And then there's still chances to get your Running with Old Waylon. And that's going to be a show that you may never get a chance to see again.
Yeah.
So this is the members of Waylon Jennings Band coming through, and they have a great McMinnville connection. We'll have to have Joe Harvey on sometime next week to tell us about it. And we might be able to score an interview with some of the members of the band to let you guys know what's coming up. So
exactly,
just one of the multitude of things that we have going on in Warren County.
Oh, I know. Like this week alone, tonight at 4:00, we're going to do a pop-in podcast at the Park Theater right behind us. And we're going to do a live one-on-one interview with all the cast of Mary Poppins, like we did before when it was West Side Story, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then followed by that this week, we're going to be going live at the Mr. Watson's dedication ceremony at Thursday at the Warren County High School Auditorium. And then we have some surprise. Of course, we got the Pioneer Playbook on Saturday. We are trying to figure out, and me and Madeline are trying to roll the dice to see if we want to try to go to a certain state of something, a state of mind. But we got to get our mind around that right now, because again, we are very busy and we're getting pulled in every which direction, which is great. And then next week, our biggest thing as of right now is, because I love what the Park Theater is doing. This is called Local Connections, and bringing these local bands in and performing at the Park Theater. And I'm telling you, if you have not seen the TC Bryant Band, they never disappoint. Anywhere I've ever gone, I mean, it is a party in a package. I'm telling you.
That's a good way to put it.
It's always a party. It's always a party. And, Shelly and Trent and Timmy and their whole crew do a phenomenal job bringing in that music and making everybody feel so welcomed and loved. And I can't wait till next Friday, as we will try to do a setup for you guys. Also, I just got to confirm right quick with Joe. I don't think he'll tell me no, but maybe. But Friday, we're going to do like a little acoustic set to get everybody teased about Friday.
All right.
So I can't wait. Also going on this week, just so everybody knows, the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Hope Chest Thrift Store is going to be on the 20th. So make plans for that. And then also, if you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, if you have I think the nominations, don't count me on this. The nominations for the Chamber banquet I think are closed. I'm not positive on that. Melissa may kill me on that, but I don't know. I think they are. But make sure, if they're not, nominate your business that you think fits those criteria of the awards. Also, shout out to and also too with the Chamber banquet. Check your email, Chamber members, because I know my mom got hers yesterday for Randall Walker Farms being a member, getting tickets so that you have a guaranteed seat at the banquet. If you miss out on these, you have to buy a table or buy your ticket after that. Also, exciting news for the Chamber members. If you want to be a part of this, the McMinnville Warren County Chamber of Commerce is thrilled to partner up with Bethel University to bring you a flexible, affordable learning opportunities. Chamber members can now take advantage, and they can get a reduced tuition, waived application fee, transfer up to 80 credits an hour. And again, this you can get your associates, your bachelor's, your master's degrees, programs, 100% online options for busy professionals like ourselves. If you do not have a college education, I do not have a college education. A lot of people think I do. I went to Austin Peay for 2 years, and then I came back home. Do you have a college degree?
I have an associate's in nursing, and I graduated from Tennessee Tech. Well, I walked across the stage. Yeah. I'm just one credit or one class shy of finishing a degree in organizational communication.
Oh,
which I don't even really care about.
I was going to say, yeah. But, I mean, you do great at communication. I mean, experience is everything.
I don't know, but listen, in this day and age, what we're doing, what we're learning, it'll be obsolete if you go to a 4-year program. So I think you were in the right spot. I think, and I'm a firm believer that God puts you where He wants 100%. You. 100%. And so, yes,
it's okay. I'm okay that I don't have a college degree.
Well, no,
it's not for everybody. I've been there.
Experienced it. And we've got a question. Where is
the Hope I was going to look it up real quick.
I've got it right here at 1710 Smithville Highway. So it's the old Honda shop or whatever that was there. If you're heading north on Smithville Highway, it's on the right, one of those last row of buildings before it stops and turns in the woods again. And then, there you go. But they're building some more stuff out that way. They just built a new storage unit facility over there, but it's on the opposite side of Gateway before you get to Gateway.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. But talking about if you are a busy professionals like ourselves and you want to do Bethel University, their online classes, feel free and message Terry Morris at morrist@bethellu.edu or call them at 499-9310 to learn more if that's something you guys are definitely interested in. We talked about Mary Poppins. We talked about Lion King. Don't forget that this weekend is their next event for the Black History Month at Bernard Gym. Their program starts at 12 p.m. on the 22nd, which is this Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then the next big thing, which I believe is today, Tuesday. Tonight, if you did not get signed up for your Master Gardener's class for fruit trees.
Oh, my goodness.
It's tonight, just so you know.
Fruit trees tonight.
Yeah, fruit trees with John Adam
Turner,
Allen Turner, and Turner and Son. This is the Turner and Sons Nursery. Because if anybody ever comes to Randall Walker Farms to get fruit trees, we're like, go to Turner and Sons.
Look, guys, if you will get a full education on fruit trees. I got to hear John Adams speak last year.
Yeah,
it was wonderful. I learned so much. There's so much information, and these gentlemen are masters of their craft.
They are.
They've spent a lot of years. Plus, they have formal educations.
Right.
They've got bachelor's degrees in this kind of stuff. But no, listening to him tell about what all he knows about fruit trees and everything, and all the things that he does. And that nursery just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of insight as to how, especially growing stuff locally, the right types of fruit trees that grow best here, what your soil content consists of here. So I would encourage anybody to get out there. And then we've had several people.
We did. Retha said the Legacy Cheer Girls compete in Nashville this weekend. Good luck to you. And then also the Warren County High School Baseball's first scrimmage is this Saturday, if the weather permits. And then lastly, Lanisa, she says the Warren County Republican Party's monthly meeting is this Thursday. Let's see, this Thursday evening, early voting room of the admin building, 201 Locust Street at 6 p.m. We're gearing up for our 2026 candidate slate. Come join us for fellowship and promoting conservative values.
Yes, and I'll be there for that one. Guarantee. One of the neat things about this is we're doing a whole bunch of reorganizing our bylaws. You have to do that every 2 years. So Lanita can tell you all about that stuff if you really want to know.
She's done a phenomenal job taking it over.
Well, listen, if you look about the election cycle and how many Republicans have won over the last couple of years, she's been a tremendous part of that.
Yes.
So shout out to Lanisa Bell for what she does for the Republican Party. We're looking for candidates for the future. So if you want to run for commissioner, if you want to run for
aldermen,
if you want to run for the school board, there's positions that we want good people in those spots. So if we're what you like, if you're Christian conservative, because that's what we promote,
essentially what it is,
please come on down. Learn more about the election process. We want to inform candidates on what it takes to be able to, first off, be eligible for these offices.
Be curious.
And then we want to grow more. So one of the things that I push is we don't want somebody sitting in office for years and years and years. We want people to do a couple terms and then make way for the next group because we want to have continuity in our philosophy of
and keep
government.
relevant.
Well, yeah,
relevancy is very important.
Well, look at what we're dealing with now. Here we are sending a show to people all over. You can find this all over God's green earth, and
9 platforms to be exact.
Yes, nine platforms.
9.
That's incredible in itself. Yeah. But the thing is if you're in your 90s, you probably don't know what that entails. So we want to make sure that we have people who are on the cutting edge of what's ailing our society, what's ailing our communities, and how we can fix these things from a conservative Christian perspective.
Exactly. And before I forget to mention this too, the Silent Creed. Silent Creed MC Mother Chapter. They're doing their chili cook-off. I can't say nothing today, so I'm going to get back to myself eventually. Join us for a fiery competition at the annual chili cook-off. Contest entry fee is $20. It's on February the 22nd. Again, this is going to be a hop-hopping weekend, I think.
Now, I'm not familiar with the Silent Creed.
They are out towards you when you go to Mount Leo.
Are they a motorcycle club?
Yeah, they're a motorcycle
When you said
club.
MC, it took me back to riding down that road. Sons of Anarchy. I love that show.
Oh, it's a great show. I miss that show. But they are going to have theirs. If there's any information you want to know about the chili cook-off with the Silent Creed guys, you can call DT at 808-3557, Dozer at 760-881-7699, or Waldo at 423-615-1937. And this is all stuff that is in our newsletter this week. And again, last week has been a phenomenal week. The newsletter next week is going to be phenomenal. I cannot imagine what's going to be in the newsletter next week. Can you?
Oh, well, look, with all the stuff that's going on, and we'll probably have op-eds on certain specific things, stories, and we want to know from you, Warren County, what are the things that you want covered? Because a lot of people have been talking about the issue story, and we've been trying to stay on top of that.
We actually have.
And hopefully here in the near future, we'll get an interview with somebody from Isha, a representative of
Fingers crossed.
That can tell us their side of the story.
Yeah. And I will reiterate this. We said this last week, and I'm going to say it again this week, and I'll say it again when Vanessa comes on this week. Guys, if there is, whether it's Isha or something done in the county, city, whatever, you've got to let your local government know that it is a problem to you. Let me tell you why. If they don't hear anything, nothing's wrong. So we cannot blame our local officials when nothing is getting reported. And I'm not saying it's not, but if you really want to show your concerns, you have to call them. You have to email them. And that's not just doing local government. You got to reach out to Janice Boland, Marsha Blackburn, Paul Sherrill. These are the people that are the movers and shaker in our government community. And there's more of them. I just cannot think of them right now. These are the top of my head that people have told me they've contacted about some issues that's happened in the past. And so again, we owe it to ourselves. We're the ones that have put these local officials, local government and state government, and I should say local, state, federal at this point, in these positions to take care of this job for us. We voted these people in. They are our employees. We are their bosses. We vote them in. We can vote them out. Don't forget that. Thank you, Lanisa. She gets it. She gets it. So again, if you are out there and you're like, well, they don't do anything, and I hear all the time, if you hear from other people like us that we've done this and we've done that, you have got to go back and check us and make sure that we're getting everything out that we can to our local officials. And it's not just on me and Brian and Melody and all this other stuff. You have got to call your local officials too, because the more voices, it goes back to everything I've seen, any big movement. Speak loud, speak proud. Okay?
Yeah. And on that note, because I want to be transparent.
Thank you, Lanisa.
We talked about the Republican Party. Our Democrat friends, they're going to be having their monthly party. They already had theirs on the 3rd of February. So now they're going to have theirs on the 3rd of March. That's a Monday. So
it's always the first Monday of every month for the Democratic Party, unless weather permitting not.
and let's see. It's at the Magnolia Room at the administrative building at 201 Locust Street. So all my Democrat friends, don't get it twisted. I'm going to talk about you guys too.
Yeah.
Let everybody know. And that's what we
love you, Miss Dale. We love Miss Dale.
There's a lot of great people in that group. And we're all trying to make this a better place. And Kelly, speaking of the Beatles, here comes the sun. We've got the sun.
Oh, I was like, who's coming? Is Joe coming? Because he always comes up behind me and scares me. I don't like it. I'm like, what? Did you see me cock my head real fast?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I got a little scared. I'm like, I don't see him there. I don't see him there. But guys, it has been a blast hanging out with you on this fantastic Tuesday. Like you said, the sun is coming out. Yay. Thanks again to Lanisa, Aretha, Jessica, all you guys that has chimed in this morning. Mary Laxton, Art Coffee, Miss Tina, Brian Carr right here.
2 thumbs up for this guy.
Right. Shout out to Miss Deanna and all of them. And again, if you want to know what is going on in local government, you have to get involved in your local politics.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and take the word for it. The bird's word, as I call it.
That means schools. That means public works, roads, everything. The health commission. There's so much to be involved in, so much to cover. But we're glad that we have the opportunity to bring what news we get back to you.
Exactly. So with that, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep in mind, do not forget, join the text club. Text the keyword at Warren 931. I am not being able to talk today. It's all one word, no spaces or caps, and spell out the numerical. It's not the word, it's the numbers 931 to 81010. That's the Remind app. It makes you a part of our text club because we will be sending out a text message tonight. And I cannot remember the lady. I want to say it's Betsy Reed White, if I remember right.
Congratulations.
Yes, you are our big winner chicken dinner when it comes to the Vanilla Bean. And thank you all for participating in my Valentine's Day word search. I didn't even give you the words to find, and y'all found most of them.
And we're going to have more games coming up, so keep it here on Warren First.
Yes, and remember, Warren County, keep it first. Bye.